G'day, welcome back to another Wealth and Wisdom podcast. I'm Ben Law and I'm the Financial Bloke, back with another mini episode. These short episodes are all about giving you a spark of clarity, something to chew on between feeding the cattle, moving mobs, driving the tractor, or just poking around the paddock. Think of it as a few minutes to get out of the grind and think a bit bigger about your family, your business, and your future. Today we're going to be talking about coaching and why in agriculture it's gone from something no one had heard of to something every driven, motivated family is talking seriously about. 5 years ago, if you mentioned the word coach in agriculture, most people thought you were talking about footy. 2 years ago, families started getting curious. What exactly does a coach do? And now, the question I get most regularly is, Ben, where do we find someone who gets what we're going through and can help our family? That shift says a lot about where agriculture and families in ag are in right now. We've got smarter, more business-minded operators. We've got farms worth tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars. We've got multiple generations trying to work together in a world that's changing faster than ever. But here's the kicker. Most families still think coaching is about running the business better day to day. Efficiency, time management, getting more done. Now that's important, don't get me wrong. But in my mind, that's not the real game for driven, motivated, and successful families. The real power of coaching is helping the family get aligned, to plan strategically, prepare the next generation, and make sure you don't blow up what you've spent a lifetime building. Here's what I've learned after almost 25 years in this space. The most difficult farming problems aren't technical. They're relational. They're trust, communication, and clarity problems. It's not that you don't know how to run cattle or grow crops or manage cash flow. It's that you're not all rowing in the same direction. That's where a good coach steps in. Not to tell you how to farm, but to help you talk about what really matters. Where the business is headed. What role each family member plays. What's the plan for ownership, leadership, or legacy? Those are the bloody big questions, and they're the ones that either pull families together or quietly tear them apart. Now you're probably wondering, Ben, is it really worth the investment of time and money? Well, I want to flip that question back on you. I want you to ask yourself, what's the cost of not having one? Unresolved tension, expensive. Avoided conversations, even more expensive. Losing the next generation because no one's talking about the future. Well, that's priceless in the worst way. A good coach doesn't just help you avoid disaster, they help you build alignment so decisions get made faster, conversations stay respectful, and everyone knows the direction of travel. It's like having a GPS for your family and your business. You still drive the ute, but you're not doing laps around the paddock wondering where the bloody hell the gate is. But here's the irony. It's often the families who get on that are the most at risk. When things are going well, it's easy to assume that the good times will just keep rolling. But comfort breeds complacency. Those families can coast for years without ever digging into the deeper stuff. And the cracks, well, they only show up when the pressure's on. They don't see the blind spots until they bite. Because coaching isn't just for fixing problems. It's about making sure success doesn't lull you into thinking you're bulletproof. Profit, land, assets, they're important and they'll make you successful in the short term. But a big balance sheet on its own won't keep you successful in the long term. Plenty of families with hundreds of millions in assets still end up fractured, stalled, or in a full-blown mess. Smart families are finally waking up to it. You can't just invest in land and machinery. You have to invest in the people running it. Planning, alignment, communication, preparing the next generation. That's what protects the business long term. When the family is aligned and knows how to make decisions together, the whole operation becomes hard to stop. That's the real competitive advantage. Not just wealth, but a family who can work together under pressure. So here's the question. You've got a bank manager, an accountant, a financial advisor, an agronomist, a vet. But who's helping you secure your family? Who's helping you prepare the next generation? Who's helping you plan the future, not just survive the present? And that's why the best families in Australian agriculture are investing in help right now, not when things fall apart. So thanks for listening to this mini episode of the Agriculture Wealth and Wisdom podcast. If you found it useful, I want you to share it with a mate or some of your family members, as it might just happen to be the thing that starts a conversation that you and your family need to have. And if you want to know more about what we do at AgriCoach, head on over to agricoach.com.au. And until next time, remember, it's more important who you are than what you've got. I'll see you next time.